Hello there, watchy people. How is it going? Welcome along to my garage again. Back with the Niv, working on the engine. Now, a little secret: this voiceover is not part of this video. I'm already looking at the oil pan and telling you about how Skyfire told me that the oil pan and the clutch pressure plate are dud. Um, but yeah, my microphone wasn't recording. There was a Windows update last night, and I forgot to check. Because whenever there's a Windows update, it changes something about the microphone input, and the recording software forgets what the microphone is and doesn't record it. And I checked the game sound because that's the one I normally forget. I was checking that. Oh yeah, definitely selected the game and it's recording the game sound. Not that there is much in this game, but yeah, it didn't. It didn't record the microphone, sadly. So I'm doing this voiceover afterwards. I'm now watching the video effectively along with you. So hopefully I can keep up with it. But yeah, Skyfire told me in the comments of the last one that the oil pan and the clutch pressure plate were shot. So I bought new ones, and we are going to fit them now. See, that one's black. It's matte black. I would have expected when a part is broken for it to be rusty or, a different colour entirely. But apparently all it does is loses its sheen. And then I noticed that we already had a clutch pressure plate. But actually it turns out that's for the V8. I was very confused because it lists NIV in the cars that it fits. But of course it fits the V8 engine, which can also go in a NIV. So I find that a bit confusing, but never mind. So we got the right one anyway. So chuck that one over there to keep for another time. And let's get this thing off. Man, it's actually really difficult talking through this stuff afterwards. Lost my spanner as usual. There it is. Because yeah, like the thought processes that are occurring to you while you're playing are totally different to when you're watching. I'm now not having to think of anything. I'm not thinking about the job that I'm doing at all, so I don't have anything to say about it really because it's not what my brain's doing right now. But there we go. The clutch plate actually fell out because it does that when you take the pressure plate off. And I didn't notice at this point, so we'll come back and fix that later. It's fine. There's no need to comment. I can see you there, tapping away on your keyboard. As Adam Buxton says, you probably look a bit like this. But anyway, all the million bolts on the bottom of this oil pan need to come out again. I'm glad it's not a real oil pan because they have so many more bolts. Even though it seems like a lot already. I think I said in the last video that that's so that you keep even pressure all the way around and clamp it tightly on there so that the oil does not leak out. Because it gets thrown around in the engine. There's a special thing that's throwing it. It collects the oil from the bottom and then throws it back up the top, over the top of the engine, as well as it being pumped around. I suppose it gets pumped in all normal places first, and then is returned in the top of the engine case, isn't it? Something like that. Anyway, go talk to someone who actually knows about engines, because that's not me. I'm one of those people that knows enough to be dangerous. I know enough to think, oh, I could have a go at this, and then do it incredibly wrong and break many engines. Just having a bit of a tidy up whilst we are here. Most of the parts on there are for i6 and V8, so they're not actually useful to us right now. I did mention last time that maybe it's time to have a clean up and get rid of all the parts, and yeah, there was a comment suggesting that was prudent. But also they mentioned there was a mod that I could get that adds an outdoor drop off at the pawn shop, which I might look at getting actually, because then I can just drive the truck in rather than having to move all of the bits out one by one, having already put them in the truck one by one. We wouldn't want this to be too realistic, would we? Anyway, what am I doing here? I'm just sorting stuff out. organising a little bit. And yeah, there's a brake fluid bottle on the floor. That's obviously going well. I don't think there's much in this. There's 2 bottles. There's one on the desk already. And I think both of those are close to empty. But, you know, we'll top up. Next time we're doing the brakes. In fact, it won't be too long before we need to fill the brake reservoir on this one. So we'll empty those into it before going and getting a new one. What am I thinking about now? Oh, valve cover. Yeah, I need a valve cover. We don't have one for the i4, but we do have an oil pan, which I just bought. Flipping typical, isn't it? Every time I check the shelves for a part, we don't have it. Whenever I don't check the shelves for a part, we do have it. It's Murphy's Law. It's absolutely Murphy's Law. We've got a radiator there that will fit our engine as well. So we'll remember that for the future. That is the V8 alternator, so that's no good to us now. So what are we going to do now? I don't know. I don't remember what I did. Are we going to look at spark plugs yet? Yes, we are. That's right. I want to get the spark plug removal tool out of the toolbox, but it does not want to be grabbed. I can't get hold of it. So, yeah, I don't know. There must be an angle that's exactly right, because eventually it did come out, but I was close to giving up and buying a new one at this point. There we go. Finally got it. It is a bit annoying, but, you know, what can you do? What can you do? Okay. Yep, spark plug. That one's good. This one's bad. Yeah, that one looks bad, so that goes in the box. And then I was like, well, actually, William mentioned in his comment that we could put in the high horsepower spark plugs. So I then was like, you know, let's just take them out. Well, even the good ones we'll get rid of, and we'll go get some higher power spark plugs. We'll leave this on the floor. No, we won't. We'll pick it up and put it on the desk, and then head over to the stove and see. I can't say that properly. Stove. We're going to the stove. I think you have to have a North American accent to get away with calling it a stove. But anyway, we're going to head over here and see what we get, because you can't... I didn't think you could order the high horsepower stuff in the office, but there definitely is some stuff. But William said you could buy them over here. Now, I can't find them. There's normal spark plugs. There's no... As far as I can tell, there's no high-powered spark plugs, HP versions. But there is spark plug wires, so I wonder if that's what he meant. So we'll get those. And I didn't think I noticed at this point. So I just bought the normal ones because those were available. Man, I'm yawning. And yeah, we'll have to make do with that. I didn't think at this point about getting the distributor as well. I think things are a bit cheaper in this store than they are from the garage. So we'll take all this stuff back. I'm not in a position where I'm super worried about money anyway. So we'll just buy what we need to wherever it's convenient to. And I never get the jumping right. Oh, there we go. Finally got over there. Yeah, I always press the buttons, but it ends up just walking into the wall. So there we go. Empty out the spark plugs and the wires. Yep, there we go. And then we'll grab the box of... oh, no, apparently we're going to lean. Grab the box of plugs and empty them onto the desk. Lovely. Now, I think this box is empty. I think you only get 4 in a box, so we will apparently empty the jack out of the bag, put it back in. I don't know why I've still got the bag up. There we go. Finally remember to get rid of it. Then, yep, chuck in the spark plugs one at a time. And yeah, hopefully, I don't know about I don't know what high horsepower stuff you need to go with the other high horsepower stuff. So I'm not entirely sure whether whether these will make much of a difference on their own, or I mean not the spark plugs, but the wires at least. They won't go on yet because we need the distributor. So I'm going to spend a couple of seconds just continuously trying something that doesn't work before realizing, oh, we need a distributor, don't we? So let's head in and, oh no, let's check out the parts shelf, because earlier on we had a part that worked, but no, today we don't. This time we don't. So whack in there, this, and we've got distributors, and there's the high horsepower one. We'll grab that. And we'll go and put it in the engine. There we go. Lovely. Now I need to get the wrench again. I keep calling it a wrench when I'm British. It's a spanner. I'm just used to hearing people call it a wrench because I watch so many American videos. I have to spin the engine a bit, I think, so we can see the bolt. But there it is. Lovely. Put it back down again and grab our wires, which we can't do whilst holding the spanner. There we go. Wires are fitted. Lovely. So what else do we need on this engine now? We can put the valve cover on. I think that's what I was saying next. I did a load of stuff in this episode. Like I put all... Yeah, there we go. There's the valve cover. I can't remember what order I did it in, so I'm going to have to just wait and see what I do. I did think about asking Scapegoat to do another voiceover for this, because I obviously the mic didn't work, but I don't have time, unfortunately. I'm recording this a couple of hours before it needs to go out, which is really annoying. For like, that's the worst time. Normally, all my videos, I'm at least a day ahead. Sometimes on a Monday I'll do the whole week's worth of videos, but this week I have not done that. I've completely failed. It's been my wife's birthday and there's been some other things going on, so I've been very unprepared in terms of getting ahead with videos. So yeah, I just had to do them on the day. Yesterday's farm sim video I did in the morning, because I woke up to a message from my mate saying, hey, you want to hang out today? And you know what? Yeah, I do want to hang out. So I had to get the video done quickly. I thought I'd have more time, and I thought I'd maybe do this one as well yesterday, but no. My time was spent socialising instead. So here we are, back on the list of parts. I think I'm going through the list and seeing which ones I have and haven't got. There's quite a lot there, air filter and all that kind of stuff that I haven't got yet. But we're going to go down a different route for that, so I left that for now. Yeah, there we go. I bought the exhaust manifold and the header, and the fuel pump, and then what else did I buy? Oh, the ignition coil, that's right. So we'll chuck that on. I couldn't remember where it went on this engine. I was finding it very difficult to actually get into place. There was I saw it briefly there. There we go. There it was again. And yep, there we go. And no, it just drops off. Brilliant. Well done, coil. You're very helpful. There we go. Perfect. Right, now let's find our spanner that isn't a wrench. Well, it is a wrench, but it's called a spanner in the UK. So now we can do the alternator, get that in and tighten that up. I like how the alternator bracket was already there this time. I seem to remember it used to appear when you put the alternator on, despite not fitting it. There's the crank pulley, and I like to see that the timing is aligned, although we don't actually have the ability to check whether it's in top dead center. There you go, there's the clutch that fell out. So I finally realised the clutch fell out when I fitted the pressure plate, so that's going to have to come off again. So let's do that while we're noticing. Nope, don't unbolt the engine from the stand. That would be bad. Don't want an engine on the floor. We'll flip it around so we can get to the other bolts. Lovely. And then last one, and that should come off. There it is. Now we get the clutch back in place. Now stay. 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 Good boy. Good boy. I don't know why I'm pretending that that's a dog. I need to have this commentary work first time round because my brain goes in really weird places when it's not thinking about what's going on in the game. I mean, I fail enough. I'm bad enough at doing commentary when I'm playing the game. Doing it afterwards like this is just a bit much for me. So exhaust manifold going on. Oops. Again, every time it always takes me two attempts to fit things for some reason. The first time it just doesn't want to stay on. There we go. Lovely. And we will leave the downpipe until it's back in the car. So we'll put that to one side for a minute. Then we'll grab the fuel pump. Get that on so that we can pump fuel. I was thinking of the V8. I thought it went the other side. That's obviously the V8 pump that goes the other side. And I can't see the bolts on this, so there we are. I can see them if I crouch. Beautiful. Now, I'm definitely not going to go and buy the high horsepower fuel pump and then have to refit it in a bit. So, air filter. We're not going to get that just yet. What else do we need? I'm looking at things that are missing off that front bit of the engine. So, taking my time going through the list, making sure I take it all in. And what have I noticed? Oh yes, the intake manifold. We've bought the intake manifold and the oil filter, I think that was. Anything else that I need? I'm going to need a starter later. Time chain we've already got. Hoses and stuff. Engine fan. Can wait. We're going to get the water pump. I should have bought the engine fan right then, but for some reason I didn't. And then I saw the performance carb with the ITBs. That is a lovely looking thing. And yeah, there you go. I bought the high performance fuel pump. So now I need to put that on. And what else did I just buy then? I missed what I bought then. It was probably the carb. So I think we're good. Oh yeah, I noticed there's another engine block now. There's a 1.8. So we could change that out in future. We could go up to the next level, a 1.8 with all the high horsepower parts. So we'll get the intake manifold, which does not work with the independent throttle bodies. But I don't know that yet, or at least I didn't think about that yet. So there we go, that's fitted. Now we get to put this on and go, oh, wait a minute, it doesn't fit. How? Oh. And then I look at the part and go, hang on a minute, those back bits look like they fit directly to the engine block. So yeah, I didn't need to buy this. So I'll put this on the parts shelf next to the one that I already had. Again. I wonder how much money I've wasted in this game. It'd be interesting because we're on like episode, what are we? Episode 132. So we've got 132 episodes worth of me wasting money. So it would be interesting to know how much I have wasted. I bet it's a lot. I bet it's significant because it all adds up. Bit more tidying up. I seem to do this every night. Like I just get distracted. I see something on the floor and I go, okay, I'll pick that up. Right, let's put the oil filter on, which I'm not allowed to pick up because I'm holding the spanner. So brilliant. Let's put that down on the desk then, where I'll forget where it is. There we go. Throw the filter on. Beautiful. Now, pick up the spanner again, and we will put on the water pump. You've got to have water pumping through the engine. I'm told that's a necessity. So there we go. Yeah, engines don't like being hot, despite the fact, well, they make heat. That's the problem, isn't it? But we need to take that heat away. It's a shame we can't. I mean, we essentially waste the heat. We just pump it into the atmosphere using radiators and stuff, and it's a bit of a shame, really. I wish we could capture that heat and use it. You know, do we have we do have a way of making heat into electricity, don't we? Because you just put a turbine above the heat, and as the hot air rises, it turns the turbine. And that's the basis of generating power, isn't it? There you go. I don't think we can do it, sadly, on the scale that would work inside a car. Um, we want a more direct conversion, heat conversion into power or something. Anyway, we don't need air filters because we got the ITBs, and I did mention first time round that didn't get recorded that I wasn't sure. I didn't really understand how ITBs, sorry, filter the air. I'm guessing the kind of funnels on the end, they must have a grill or you know, some sort of filter in there at some point, because you don't want to just pull in raw air into your carbs. That's going to be well, it's not carbs, is it? It's throttle bodies. It's a different thing. What am I buying now? Who knows? I think that's right. I'm going through the list and checking that I've got everything. I've got everything on there. We're doing fuel later on. We've got a fuel pump. We've got a head gasket and ignition coil. All of that's good. Oh, I'm gonna have another yawn. Radiators later, cooling's later, starters later. We need an engine fan. We'll buy one of them. And then we don't need wipers and all that nonsense. We've got all of that. The wiper blade there confused me for a minute because it's blue. It's actually chrome, and they're using the blue as the kind of light accent on it. But it looked really blue to me. There's lots of other stuff we need, but nothing that's for the engine build. The rest of it goes in when we get into the car. So we'll fasten that on. And I believe what we have there is a complete engine. So let's take it off the rack. If we can find where to grab it. There it is. And chuck it in the car. Beautiful. Now we can bolt it in. I'll start with the gearbox bolts. Whack it through there. 1, 2, 3. I'll ignore the bottom one. Go around the other side. Do those top 3. I was thinking I'd get the bottom ones when I jacked it up, but then I realised here that I could actually reach them fairly easily. So I went round the other side again and did that one. Now we'll do the actual engine mounts. Bolt it to the frame. A lot of people would argue that you should do them first. But there we go, we're doing them second. And the engine's in the car. Beautiful. So, anything else we need to do while we're here? Oh no, let's start on the electrics. Let's grab a battery, if we can find it. Okay, starter. Not a battery, we'll get a starter. There we go. Whack it in there. Do it up, and I think there's a bolt on the bottom as well. Yes, somewhere in there. Oh, I'm looking too far back. There we go. Lovely. Cool. Yep, let's do the rest of the electrics then. Let's grab a battery, and we'll get the cables as well. There's the battery. Found it. Cool. Whack that in. That doesn't have a hold down or anything. That just sits in there. Now, I couldn't remember. I think these cables are fine. I think they go grey when they're bad. So somebody will tell me in the comments anyway if they're no good. We can always whip them out and exchange them. But I think brown means it's fine. Just going to find all the points on the engine where it attaches. There we go. That's it. And yeah, nothing on the other side as far as I'm aware. I did do that one. Yep, did do that one. Yeah, apparently our coil doesn't require any power. It's Bluetooth, so that's good. So we can leave it there, I think. Yes, we have the engine. in the car. So I think that's a brilliant place to end the episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time to hang out. It's a pleasure to have you here. So I guess that's all. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.